Yes, and good afternoon on August the 8th. And welcome to just this brief conversation around strengthening yourself, getting more clarity and confidence in your compelling future. So thanks for joining us or watching later. In many ways, kind of the problem right now that we're hearing is the news, and people are talking about the recession and how bad it's going to be, or maybe not so bad, and the R word, and it's deeper than that. I believe that the real problem is that when it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, when ourselves, others, but certainly for ourselves, when we start our self-talk, our inner dialogue starts becoming more of fear and lacking of trust or doubt, holding back on our plans, and maybe stop investing in our future and our plans. I came from my own corporate training business where I went through 3 recessions, and in the common belief and practice there in corporate for corporate trainers and speakers is that when there's a recession, those corporations usually spend $0, right? They stop because of the mentality, because of conserving their revenues and so on. But it's the same principle, right? It's out of fear and doubt and stopping their plans going forward. So if we're not, so we need to be more conscious and intentional about creating a compelling future in the light of this background, in the light of this narrative. And we've heard the expression that without vision, the people will perish. I know I've experienced that myself too in the last great recession of 2009. And so, it's like danger, like stop. Let's refocus. Let's catch this vision, a vision for ourselves. Because when we have a vision, we have some clarity of our desired future. It actually gives us hope and confidence. And so this is key in this time. It's key for your business. It's key for your life. It's key for everything you're doing. And yes, we all want to have more peace and joy, and we want to thrive, not just survive during challenging economic times, right? And we do want to obviously make the best decision possible, especially career and financial decisions. We want to experience the progress and success and fulfillment of our goals and our dreams, and to probably make a difference in other people's lives by helping them, and to feel with all those things, feel the fulfillment and security mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And so it is a conscious choice, for us to choose the narrative, and so let's us create the narrative during this, not the news's narrative or social media's narrative, but our own narrative of faith and purpose, over fear and decay. And so, yeah, you and I are responsible for creating and building in our minds and our hearts and our souls and our beliefs and our actions to building this, to creating a compelling future through and beyond these economic changing times. And so let's build an inspiring plan for our life and for our career. And let's have significant impact, significance, influence, impacting others for good, benefiting ourselves at the same time. And as I mentioned, that I went through the 3 recessions. The last one was the most difficult, and maybe you've heard me mention it before. I'm working really hard for a full year, and the sole income earner. There's 0 income coming in. I rack up $50,000 in credit card debt, living off my credit card. And one of the key insights I had was that I actually, and I wouldn't recommend this, I actually became hopeless in essence. And so my key insight that came a bleak February morning, 2009, was to never choose hopelessness ever again. And the epiphany, the light bulb went off, and I realized it's just a choice, Gary. I can choose hope, or I can choose hopelessness. And I decided to choose hope going forward. So that's part of why I'm sharing this message with you. I want to inspire your hope. I want to help you to follow your heart, because I believe that's where the truth is. And back then, immediately once I made that decision in 2009, I felt called to interview people to clean up my own negative thinking. And as I interviewed these great people, out of that ultimately came a book called The Kingdom Promise: How Leading Canadians Choose Faith to Conquer the Storms of Life. And so I followed my heart. So there's evidence there, right, of success when I followed my heart. And everything I heard from these people I interviewed was that, basically that God was faithful in their life and restored them from major life crises. And that raised my faith from like a 2 out of 10 to like an 8 out of 10. And then I felt led to, a friend mentioned to me, well, you should change careers, transfer your skill set into another industry, which is not affected so drastically by the recession. And the idea resonated in my heart. I just fell in love with this idea, and I didn't even know anything about it. And so I pursued that and changing careers into fundraising for worthy charities. And it's been an incredible blessing. It's been very successful. And as I continue to do that, and now I feel called and led to help thousands of people to discover their God-given purpose, their best career, their chosen calling, and to have that positive impact. I know, and when we're in a state, then we feel that way, when we're on purpose, when we're following our heart and we're focused and we're excited and we're passionate and we feel high performing. I mean, it's a great way to live your life. And that's what I want for you too. I want you to experience that for yourself, whatever that may be for yourself, especially as we may be going into an economic winter. Better than saying recession, right? Economic winter. And remember, there is a seed of greatness within you that's most alive when you are on purpose. It's most alive. And it's, like I've been for the last couple of years. And after that, pursuing my different purposes and passions, and not really even seeing the distractions around us or the media and so on. And as Viktor Frankl says, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, German psychologist in a concentration camp, a brilliant man and a psychiatrist and so on. And he said a number of things, but one of the key things is that, that everyone has their own specific mission in life to carry out, a concrete assignment which demands fulfillment. You cannot be replaced, nor can your life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is as unique as their specific opportunity and gifting to implement it and achieve it. So, and that's true for each of us. I certainly believe that we are called to fulfill a certain purpose or purposes through our lifetime. And so I want to encourage you to give yourself permission to follow your heart and to define and live your purpose, your calling. And to say yes to your calling, and to say yes to following your heart. And as we do that, we actually give others permission to do the same, especially if it's in our family or our community or those we have influence over. And it can have a dramatic effect upon their life as well, for them to have the courage and permission to follow their heart, and to be true to themselves, be true to yourself. And I actually feel a bit like I call it a truth warrior, where I'm called to help other people to share their truth, their purpose, and live on purpose. And as a truth warrior, in quotation marks, I'm called to help you to know and share and live on purpose, to be fully fulfilled, to have an impact and influence in this hurting world. And the challenge is for many people, though, that they miss their opportunity, their window of opportunity. They miss it because their focus are a bit more concerned by fear instead of being focused on their desires and their potential and their dreams and their goals, especially when things like economic challenges come along. And to trust yourself, trust in your future, trust in God, trust on the calling in your life. In fact, one of the ministries that I created even 10 years ago, and the website, check it out, trustingthroughthetransition.com. Trustingthroughthetransition.com. So trust is a big part of it. We don't go into fear, but we stay in trust. We keep looking for the positive evidence. In fact, it was quite interesting. It really struck me. Yesterday, I'm looking at doing some outdoor work, and we have this, medium-sized apple tree that I've been nursing and growing over the last few years, pampering it, taking good care of it, and it has probably the most apples we've ever had so far this year that are still growing. But I've been focused on, as every time I walk by this tree and I see these 20 or 30, apples that have fallen on the ground, I've been focusing on, well, how can I fix this? How can I, right? The ones that sort of what I would say, my undesired results, right? The apples that fell on the ground. And then I looked up yesterday, I looked up at the tree, and I just saw it was full. It was abundant with apples, the most apples we've ever had. And something inside me, another sort of a triggered within me, saying, well, Gary, there's tons of abundance in your life. You just need to look for it more. You need to focus on that and focus less on the things that aren't working perfectly in your estimation. And it's true. In many of our lives, there's many, many good things that are happening. There is abundance in many areas of our life. Sure, there's challenges, but there's probably more abundance. I mean, look, I think we would agree that you and I live in one of the most wealthiest countries and times in history compared to the rest of the world. So let's put some context to this, and let's move out of the sort of the convenience, and even the fear. Move out of that and move into conviction and follow our heart, follow our calling, have an impact, take inspired action. Inspired action is not just action, but it's inspired through spirit, through soul. I believe it's the wisest action we can take. And for us to then have courage and to follow that, to step out in faith, follow. So I'm encouraging you to follow your quiet voice within. Follow your heart, follow your soul, follow your intuition. And we invite you to invest in your heart, and invest a bit of time and a few dollars in discovering why you're here, what you're meant to do, and the impact that you are designed to have. You are designed for a purpose here. And as we begin to wrap up here, one day, I mean, you and I will all be on our deathbed one day, and we don't want to think about that probably. And I often say we're going to be in one of two places. We're going to be in place of despair and regret, because we have regrets, and we didn't love fully or do everything we possibly could, or we didn't fulfill our purpose. We didn't even really try that hard. We didn't even know what it was. So what was our legacy? We really had perhaps very little legacy. And then the other end of the spectrum over here, you're going to be potentially in a place of acceptance and peace, and even, well, maybe joy, that you knew that you did everything you possibly could to fulfill your purpose, and that you used yourself up in pursuit of loving and serving in alignment with your God-given purpose. And for me to be on the other side in regret would be absolute hell. And it maybe that would be the case for you as well. And so we want to help you in advance to avoid that place of regret, even today, but certainly when you take your last breath, and be in a place of fulfillment. And so we want to come alongside you to increase your own clarity and confidence and commitment in your career, your calling, and in your purpose. So we invite you to join us for this upcoming Career Clarity Masterclass and get your personal map before the challenging times, encompasses us, to get your clear and compelling future. And when you attend, I'll tell you just a few more details as we wrap up here. When you attend this masterclass, which is starting tomorrow, Tuesday, August 9th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom, and you'll see a link here to check out the onpurposepeople.com/career-clarity. Check out the landing page, and you'll see how this will help you save yourself time and frustration and money and trial and error and off-purpose activities by getting the clarity. Our promise is to give you more clarity on your purpose, your calling, your career, and to clarify, your greatest passion and the calling upon your heart, and will that in turn will reveal to your most aligned and fulfilling work, job, or career, or start your own business. Maybe even reinvent yourself to catch a fresh vision for an inspiring, impactful future and career. And one of our clients, Janet, did that and literally transformed her small business. She was a single service provider in a specific area, and she got this new vision after going through the masterclass program of how to bring in other service providers that cover different areas and then go after large clients. And so she's closed literally 2 large mega clients that have global impact in the last year, because she caught this new vision and implemented it and kind of broke through to a new business model. And so come and join us. And these are some things, the key insights that you'll get for more clarity and to be more focused and to take inspired action. And you maybe want to chat about this. Let's jump on a brief 20 to 30 minute clarity discovery coaching call and to see if this is right for you. And you'll get all the details there. This Calendly link will be in the chat as well. So looking forward to talking with you. We're here to serve, especially through this changing time, and to help you be clear and to strengthen yourself to get clarity and confidence in your compelling future. Look forward to talking with you very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.